Hello and welcome to a tutorial about this spongy boot. First of all, I have my test server ready and I have not added any roles. I have not created anything. Everything is the same except for a test channel so we can test other stuff. So I'm going to show you a tutorial, a basic one. Overall, the important things. First of all, you need to invite the bot to your server. If you do not know how to do that, then I'd recommend you to just close this tutorial, not continue, because I'm not going to show you how to add it. Anyways, now we go to control panel, we choose our server. I have it here among all of my servers. Now, I'll start with the basics. Here we have the stats. What you can see here, or what you can find, is how many messages the last 24 hours, how many members joined and left, and the current online members and the total members. You can change in the stats and make it publicly accessible, which means anyone can see these stats here. After you click on the box and save, you're able to click the public link. And after you do it, it will give you a link. You can copy this link and give it to your server so people can check. Anyways, as you can see, they cannot see or edit any settings because, as you can see, the link here is public. And if you go back, it's manage, and they cannot manage anything here unless they have enough, what is it called? If you give them the admin role or they have enough access to change and play with the settings. Normal people cannot. Anyways, that's basically it here. That's the stats. In the control panel logs, you will see everything that has been changed or played around in the website here. As you can see, I've done a few stuff here, updated the config, deleted the comments, but like right now, everything is just as it is. Everything is the default. I have not added anything or played around, so I can show you how to enable and disable everything. Sometimes you might see someone called Jonas747 here, and you don't have to worry about that. That's the developer of the boot. Sometimes he gets in to fix some stuff, so you don't have to worry if you see this name and this ID in your log. Now, in the comment setting in the costume commands, I'm not going to go deep into this. I'll make a different video where I'll show you how to create a costume command and everything else. But one thing you might need is in the comment settings, the prefix of the bot. The default one is a dash. I usually don't like to use the dash, as you can see. It depends because you might have like 5 or 6 bots. Some bots have the same prefix, so you can change it to whatever you want. I usually use this one. Much easier for me because I usually forget that the dash is the prefix. Anyways, that's it for the comments. In the next video, I'll go to custom comments because I've been asked a lot on how to do a comment where the bot would respond to you and would give you roles if you type something, because I have a server with 6,000 people and people have asked me how to do it, and it's a long process, so I'll leave that for another video. For example, if you do this, comment can only be used in test. If you do this, it will say welcome to Morimora testing server, choose your sex, male, female, please reply with either male or female, and to receive the role click next, and it's a whole process where you can do whatever you want, basically all the roles or anything else you want, show channels and everything. I'll take that to another video because it's a long process. Anyways, that's for the next video. In this video, I'll go through the basic stuff. So we go to notifications and feeds. In the general, you have a lot of stuff here. I'll start off with this one. All of them are disabled right now because the checkbox is not checked. The first thing is the join message in server channel. You can enable it, choose where the welcome message is. This is like the welcome message when someone joins. and I'll put it in general. For example, you can create a separate channel called welcome, and make it so nobody can um, write anything there except for the bot, just to like reduce the spam in the general. And then you can use this one to ping the user when he joins, and you can tell him like, welcome user, please go to, let's say, to have a channel. Here you need to use this function, channel ID here. So channel ID should be changed to the channel ID. To get the channel ID, you go here, you right click the channel, and you copy the ID of the channel. So we chose tests. This is the test channel ID. So you say, welcome user, please go to channel ID and say new to set roles, or to get started, for example. You can do whatever you want, just welcome them and stuff like that. You can also let me get the function. You can also have the bot to give you the member count. Let's see, I don't have it here, I don't remember it here. There are now guild member count. This would give you the count of both real people and bots, but that's the only function right now. They do not have a function to separate bots from real users. So basically there are now, this will give you the number and members. I'll leave those in the description below so you can copy them and use them. Anyways, after doing this, we go to the user leave message if you want to have it somewhere in the same place or not. I usually like to keep it disabled because when people see a lot of people leave, they get discouraged. So it's like a tactic to keep people here and see that many people are joining. You can have them leave. You can make a log channel where only you can see, and ask the bot to log it for you in that channel so you can know who left and who didn't. Basically, if you want to show it to the people, you can still do that. Just change the message to whatever you want and the channel, and enable disable. I'll keep it on so you can see. I'll test them for you. This sends a direct message to the person. You can tell them whatever you want to tell them, a welcome message, tell them to do something, whatever. It's just direct message the user who joins. And this topic change message is when people change the topic. There is a comment where you can choose a topic, and then it would give you a topic to talk about, and this would like give a message that the topic was changed. I don't really use that one. Basically, that's it for the general notifications. After you do this, make sure you click the save button, and success. Now, to test this, I'll invite a bot. Let's see whatever bot we can find here. Okay, I'll go with this one. I'll click invite. We will invite him to my testing server, which is here. I'm not a robot. There we go. If you go here, welcome mathbot. Please go to test, as you can see, and say new to get started. There are now 3 members. This one here is by default. It's a Discord function which you can turn off. I really hate it. I just turn it off from here. It's too spammy. It gives you random message when people joins. I don't like it. Some people like it. Anyways, I use the bot for that. And if he leaves, let's kick it. Kick. mathbot left. So basically that was for the general. Now to Reddit. Although I've never used Reddit, I almost never use Reddit. This is a plugin that will post from the subreddit in your Discord. There is a notice from the developer. Basically, you need, I don't know, some people change in the permissions. Make sure that you have the correct permissions. It need embed links permission. Let's make sure if we go to the server setting, we go to the roles here, we check manage. Here it's already on. Okay. Yeah, I usually don't really change in the permissions. I trust this bot, and yeah, I don't think the developer is ever going to like use it for bad. So I kind of leave the permissions, all the permissions. I don't really play around. Make sure that the level here, if you have roles, we'll get back to it, that this bot is over them, so it can manage the roles, because it cannot edit or add a role which is more powerful or over him in level. I'll show you later when we go to roles. Anyways, basically I'm not gonna go here, I'm not gonna do it because I don't really use Reddit, but what you have to do is just give the name of the subreddit, don't add the R. Like for example, just, I don't know what you have, just write the name of the subreddit and choose, okay, that's for the other one anyways, and choose the channel, and you just add it, and whenever there's a post, it gets posted here. If you have, you can make a Reddit channel. Anyways, that's it for the Reddit. And for the YouTube, a lot of people don't know how to do this. So basically here, you should choose just one of those. Some people have a username in their YouTube. Some people do not have a username. They have an ID. To get a username, you need to ask YouTube, and it depends. Some people can get it, some people cannot. So if I go to my YouTube, I have a user, which would be, I believe, Mori. No. Oops, wait. So what if I go like this? Yeah, so they have kind of changed how it works. Anyway, so the easiest way is to use the channel ID. As I said, only one of them, not both. I'll go with my user, which is Mori. I'll see if it actually works. Well, oh nice, now it gets disabled. Before it did not. And you can choose whether it can mention everyone when you post a new video or not. To get the ID of your channel, you can go to your my channel, and then after this you get an ID here. This is your server or your user ID of YouTube. If you don't want to use the username, or if the username did not work, you get the channel ID, and then mention everyone, and you add it. So now you have this one here. As you can see, it already found my name, so it's correct. And if I upload a video, it should mention everyone. I don't know, I don't really want to upload because I have 590 subscribers, but I used to use this one when I had the other server, and it was working perfectly. If you have any problems, you can leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to help you with that. Now to the streaming, this one you have to enable the function. After that, you choose the channel to announce. It checks if it have the permissions. After that, you say whatever you want. This user is currently streaming, check it out. And you can give a role to those who stream. As you can see, my streamer mode is enabled, so if I stream, it would say like, hey, this person is streaming, check him out. And you assign a role. For example, if you go here, we go to roles, add role, streamer, give him a color like that, and I give myself the streamer role because I'm a streamer. Then we refresh the page, general, streamer. You can ignore people with this role even if they like stream. If you have like the streaming role off, you can whitelist role, so like only the people. Anyways, after you do this, you can use the functions again for username, server name, whatever, to use it in the message. We save streaming setting. Oh, we enable it first. Okay, there we go. I don't know if it would, but yeah, I honestly don't know how I could stream here, but let's see. If you give me a second here. Yeah, I have no idea, but I don't think I'm exactly streaming right now. I'm just recording screen. So yeah, if someone streams with this role, it should notify the server. I'm pretty sure it works. I just don't know how to use it because I'm not streaming right now. I'm just recording. Anyways, after that we have the tools and utilities. Let's start by moderation. A lot of people fuck up here, and it's really easy. All you have to do is read through. So let's start. First of all, you have the channel where you want to announce bans and kick. What I usually do, I like to have this private. So I do, for example, I call it logs, and I go here, I change the permission. No one can see what's inside except for me, and of course the bot, because he is going to post when someone gets banned. So you give him the send message permission here and read message. After that, as you can see, the bot, if it appears here, then it has the permission to write anything here. So we go back here, we refresh the page. You can keep it the same as where the comment is sent. I usually like to keep it private so people like don't get really, I don't like people to comment about it. And then there are also the reports where you can enable or not. I also go for the logs. And then you can enable the report command. I'll show you how to use it. And then there is the clean command, which I also gonna show you how to use it, which will clean message. It will clean up to 1,000 messages back in history, 100 at a time. Anyway, you can log unbans and bans that are not made through the bot. I usually like to keep this also private just for me, so I can see what my moderators do. I also like to enable the mute, unmute comment, and then it's up to you if you want to have the reason optional or not. I like to have it unmute and mute reason optional. And yeah, I forgot to say that you need a role that is called muted. For this, you call it muted, for example. You give it this color or whatever color you want, muted, and then make sure it's under the bot, not over. Any role that you want the bot to manage should be under it. Now, after this, just let's save. Now here it's called muted. Now, okay, and then we enable the kick command, we enable the ban command, and the reason, and if you want to delete the user's last 100 message on kick, I rather have it disabled. I don't want messages to get deleted. And what I do here is I tell them that you have been kicked for this reason, and then you use the reason, and then you have been banned for this reason, so they know why they were kicked or banned. And then we have the warn comments. I'm going to show you how to use them. I don't really use it, but yeah. And then we send the log to the mod log, which was here in the very beginning, and we create log in channel comment. No, I don't like to do that, but you can do that. You create the log in the same place where you run or where the user is warned. Anyways, after the save, now we have enabled all of them. So I'm gonna start by going to general. I will use the mute first. I will mute Amir Oslo. As you can see, you go to logs. Amir Oslo muted for 10 minutes. This is the default timing. No reason specified. If you want to, you can unmute the person. Of course, I am the server owner. I cannot get muted because my role is stronger than the bot. Unmute, as you can see, done. Unmuted Amir Oslo. Warn Amir Oslo. Troll, as you can see, log Amir Oslo warned for the reason troll. And of course I get them in my direct message. You have been muted for 10 minutes for the reason Morton. You have been warned troll, as you can see here. Kick Amir Oslo. I cannot be kicked, troll. As you can see, privilege is too low. But if you get kicked, you get this message. You have been kicked for this reason, troll. If I kick, let's say this one here, by the member is already kicked, my bad. Yeah, we kicked him to test the other thing. Let's get him back in. And I'll kick him and you'll see how it works. Sorry about my voice, I'm kind of tired. I've been working all day outside studying, so I'm kind of fucked up. Kick, mathbot test. As you can see, left kicked here, kicked mathbot reason test. Same goes for ban, but it cannot ban me, troll. But it would happen, you would get the same, I've been banned for this reason, troll, and so on. Now we've used all of the functions here, and you have seen how it was locked. Yeah, just to show you, let me see. I don't know if it would give, if we mute this one, troll. You see the color changed because it got the muted row and so on. Anyways, that was basically it for this one here. Now for auto moderation. This is going to be a long video if I'm going through all this. Anyways, for auto moderation, you can do a lot of stuff here. What I do is first I enable the auto moderation. You have few functions, or few modes here. First one is called slow mode. Here what this does is it would allow certain amount of message in a certain amount of seconds, which I'll show you right now. You have mass mentions, self-explanatory. So like if someone tries to mention a lot of people at once, it mutes them. Invite links for other servers. Normal links if you want to ban any links, bad words or websites. So you can like stop swear words or write your own. Now we enable the whole thing. General is all of them. So then we go to slow mode. I love to have slow mode on because some people like to spam And trust me, you would not like to have a lot of spams. I usually keep this to 0, I don't care. I mute after 3 warnings because some people sometimes lags, some people like stop when they see the warning, so I give them like some time before they get the warning. I mute them for 4 minutes and I kick them after. Usually I don't really ban them. I don't think it's ban worthy. I kick them after the 4th warning. You can set a role to ignore. I usually make a role called ignore, so I give it to specific people or specific bots. I call it ignore. I just do that myself. You can give the role to the owner or staff, whatever, but like I keep a role called ignore just for myself, and I give it to myself here. So let's say 3, 4, 4, and here ignore. If you have a channel that you want people to spam in, you can just choose one or multiple. I usually choose 4 messages within 5 seconds. That's how I think is fair enough. If you write 4 messages in 5 seconds, like really fast, that should be enough. I'll enable this one here. As you can see, now I'll show you how this is done. If I say I do this, as you can see, it was being deleted. You have been warned, you have been warned, you have been warned, you have been warned, you have been. But because I am an admin, I kind of get kicked. Nothing can happen to me, but if you get this like more than 3 times, you actually get kicked. And you get the log here, warned for sending too many messages. Kick after 4. Anyway, if you want to ban people, you can. I don't know. Here you can set the time or the minutes before the whole thing expires, the warning expires. I usually keep it 0. I don't really care. So yeah. So I think, what does it say here? Something decent just for raw spam could be 5 messages within 2 seconds. Well, yeah, maybe that too. It depends on you. I keep it 4 to 5. You can do what he says here, 5 messages in 2 seconds. That's of course also fast, but I think 4 and 5 seconds is enough, or like 5 messages in 4 seconds. I think yeah, something like that. Then we go to the mass mention. I also keep this one enabled. I mute them after 2 times, and I mute them for 3 minutes. Sometimes people just like to reply to all of the people at once, but I don't think so. I usually put it to 6, which should be enough for me. If it does it more than 1 time, 2 times, then yeah. Server invite, this is very important for me. I hate when people come here and server invite. So I mute them after the first time, and I mute them for 8 minutes, and I kick them after the second time. I don't like to ban people. I make sure you give this role to your partner manager or someone who should be able to send server invites, because if we don't give it to them, they will get muted. Doesn't matter staff or anyone. The rest of them I actually keep them disabled. I don't use them, but if you want, you can use the links to disable all links. I don't really care. I don't mind people using links. You just enable it and the same thing again, and it will ban all the links. Banned words here, you can use the same, how many times, mutes, roles, and then you have built-in swear words here, which you can see, or you can use your own. Just make sure you separate entries by spaces or lines. This is also insensitive, case insensitive, and it only checks against words. So yeah, make sure that you use this one in a, I don't know, if like, I don't really see the use of it, but yeah, I guess if this is a children's server or something, maybe it's a good idea. Also here, banned websites. If you have a specific website, if you have like enemies and you don't want people to use their websites, you can put them here or whatever. That's everything I use for my server, and I have 6,000 or more people, and it works really fine. I don't have trolls, I don't have spammers. It works really good. Now, to the Autorole. This one is the role that would assign to the member as soon as he joins. Let's say I'll make a new role and I will call it new member. New member, they will get the orange color, whatever. Now, oh yeah, make sure when you go to the muted, you disable the send message and this one too, and you disable the speak one. I forgot to tell you. So they can't resend messages, and make sure they're on top of the others, so like the privilege goes to the muted. If he gets muted, doesn't matter what role he has, he can't talk. Now for the new member, what I like to do is to combine both Discord's function and the bot function. And what this does is I go to moderation. Wait a second. I go to moderation. I make sure this one is medium. And then what I do here is scan message from members without a role. Now this just to make sure that you don't get people who spam core or whatever stuff in your server. After you scan message from members without a role, you make sure you have minutes here. You can put it for 5 minutes, that should be enough. So everyone who joins will not have a role for the next 5 minutes. That means if you get an attack by bots and let's say 10 or 20 bots joins at the same time, all of them have no role and they will get scanned by the Discord function, which is really nice. So in this case, the member will get his role after 5 minutes. That's just to prevent spammers and people who post explicit content. So like this is a really great combination that I use. If you don't want, you can turn it off, it's up to you, so they will get it as soon as they join. And you can do this one if you click it on, or if you check the box, it will assign the role when they join and they will not give it back if it's removed. So this can be like a role. If you want this role to like not be given back after it is removed, you can just check this. I don't really use it, I keep it like this. And some people, you know, you can combine this with, like, let's say a streamer and he gets this after he becomes, I don't know, let's say a new member. So if you have a level up system, when this guy becomes level 20, he gets the new member, and now when he have new member, he will get the streamer. So you combine like 3 functions or 2 functions at once. It depends on how you want to use it. You can use it in different ways, but I just use it how it is here. You just give it to new members, and you can ignore people with the following roles if you want, as I use ignore or whatever you want to use. It's basically whatever you want to do. Now I see a lot of people struggle here. The thing you need to do, never mind here, I was testing some stuff. Let's just show you how it is done. Well, first of all, you need to create the roles in your server, okay? So I'll create role male, okay? And I will create female. Male, I'll just give it basic blue. Female, I'll give it that one here. Just to differentiate this one here, I'll give the queen one. Okay, so now that's the most important thing. You create the role in the server, and when you go here, you have to, first of all, you can name whatever you want to name it. You can make it male and give the role male here after refreshing, but it's basically up to you what you want to call it. And when the person uses this thing here, he will be given the role here. So whatever you want to call it, I usually call it the same as the role name. There's no groups. I'll go back to groups later. Ignored rules required. If you want this if you want the user to be a new member first before he can become a male, you can do that. So like he does not get himself a male role if he's not a new member. I don't really care. I keep it like that, even if he's not a new member. So male, female, you add the roles, you have male and female now. So role, male, you get the role. Check what here, you have the male role. Role, male again, it takes away your role. Role, female, role, male. You can have multiple roles, it doesn't matter. Anyways, that's how you set up the roles. Now, if you want to set up the role commands, which is something different, which is there is a new one that you can set. Let's say how. Okay, so now we have the male and female. So I'll call this the gender group, okay? Or no, the sex group. My bad. And you can only choose one, which is either male or female. Requires one in group at all times, and remove existing role when assigning another role in group. So if you have male, you choose female, it removes the male and gives you the female. Okay, now we have the sex group. Within the sex group, you have to add the roles. So those are in no groups right now. So I'll put the female here and this one here, and I'll save this one. Okay, save. So now we have both male and female in the group sex. So first, after you add the roles, you create the group, or you can create the group first and then add the role here. Easier, you know, male, and just choose the group and add them to it. You can always add the group first, and then after you do, now you have them both here. You can still use the male and female, but now what you can do is you can use the new command, which can set the role by giving a reaction. Now I'll be showing you how to do that. And here is, if you can move it up or down, which means in order here. I will show you now. I'll just leave them like this. Now the command here is, I actually forgot what the command was. Give me a second. Sorry. Role menu. Okay. So I didn't show you the clean, right? Clean 100. Message deleted. Anyways. Role menu. Our role menu is called 6. It's setting up the menu. React with the emoji for the role command female. So you have to react here. For the female, I'll put the F. And now it says react for the male. For the male, I'll put M. React with the image. Oh, my bad. I have to react in the same place. React with M. Now, role menu setup done. Just delete this one here and delete this one here. And to make it look nicer, for example, you do this. Now, startup role menu, react to give yourself a role, female, male. Let's say I remove both here. I remove this one here. As you can see, I have the new member now automatically after 5 minutes. Let's say I'm a male. I get a message, gave you the role. We go here, I have the male. Let's say I want the female. Gave you the role. We go here, you have the female, the male is removed. Again, gave you the role. Back here, I'm a male. So this is how you do the role menu. Now let's say you want to add another group. We'll do more roles. I'll do straight, bi, and gay. Make sure you always create the roles first here. Then you can go here and then refresh. Now first we create the group, we call it gender, and one, and remove the existing role. So you can only choose one role from this group. Now we have straight, which is straight, and directly to the group gender, so we don't have to move it again. And let's say it requires the role either male or female. So you cannot set them unless you have a male or female. You can do that, for example. Anyways, straight, bi, gender, and gay, gender. Now you have the group gender and you have the group sex. Go back here. You can still set your role like this, straight, you get the role, or you can do the role menu again. Role menu, this time we called it gender. So React for gay, and React for bi, React for straight. And as you can see, this is what I mean by order. If you go back here, we have gay by straight, and here to gay by straight. If you want to order them, you can move this one up, but of course you have to do this before using the role menu command. So you have straight, gay, bi, whatever, anyway, because it does not change now. And after you're done, make sure you delete this one here, you delete this one here, you delete this one here, and this one here, or you can just do this, React below for gender, and then whatever they react here, they'll get it. Give you the role, go here, I'm straight. If I choose bi, give you the role, it removed the straight from here. Straight, give you the role, straight. And here is for the logging. You can enable and disable the logging here to see if nickname logging, username logging. You can allow people or everyone to view the deleted messages, or you can allow your staff to see it. You give them a link after that and they can see the message. You can see the channel here. If you click view, you can see the message here. If you go back to here from the times, you can see the message. Repetition, soundboard, you can enable or disable. You can call the name of the function, whatever you want to call it. Cooldown in seconds, maximum in one comment, how many reps you can give or take away. The admin role, so you can give or take away reps. Required role to give or remove points is like the admin, or you can give it to your staff. Also required role to receive or take away points from, you can put it to none, so it can be removed from everyone. And this one, if it's enabled and you say, I don't know if it works now, thank you, and you take the person. I cannot rip myself, I guess. If someone says thank you for this person, you will get 1 point. Yeah, you can see the leaderboard here with the most points. You can show this to people, of course. Copy the link. As you can see, it's public and people will get it. As for Soundboard, I've never used it, but it seems really simple. You call the Soundboard whatever you want and who can use it. You can either upload a sound or specify a sound URL. Many sounds can be found here, or you can browse it, upload, download, and you have the existing sound. The documents are not really completely full, but you can find what could help you here. Quick start, helping out, ads, template, and so on. That was basically it for this video. If you have any more suggestions, if you want to see a separate video fully detailed about a specific function here, let me know below in the comments and I'll do my best. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. See you.
The Jack Refix.